Good evening to one and all. Myself G. Nagaraju. On behalf of this program team, welcome you all to fourth AICT sponsored a one-week national level online short-term training program on innovative teaching and learning methods for inspiring students. From 18th to 23rd December 2020, organized by ECE Department, SRKR Engineering College, BVRM, Andhra Pradesh, India. It is a great pleasure and honor to welcome today's resource person for this session, Dr. K.V. Subbaraju Garu. I also feel honored to invite Sri S.V. Rangaraju Garu, Secretary and Correspondent of SRKR Engineering College and management members of SRKR Engineering College Association. Sri K. Jeevasagar Garu, Director of SRKR Engineering College, Dr. M. Jagabadraju Garu, Principal of SRKR Engineering College, Dr. BVSSN Raju Garu, HOD of ECE, Dr. PV Ramaraju Garu, Professor, Chief Coordinator for this program, heads of different departments, deans, and all the participants. I welcome you all. We shall soon begin our session. Topic of this session is innovating learning strategies, elevating student self-efficacy of flipped learning. Eminent speaker of this session is Dr. K.V. Subbaraju Garu. Before we begin the session, once again, I would like to announce few guidelines to the participants. The first one, e-certificates will be provided to those participants only who attended all the program sessions with more than 80% of attendance and provide feedback daily. Please mute your mic and video while the speaker is presenting. Use hand raise option and unmute your mic only when your name is called for a question. If you have any questions, post them in the chat box. Now I invite Mr. E. James Vijay to introduce the speaker of this session, Dr. K.V. Subbaraju Garu.
Thank you, sir. Good evening and a warm welcome to one and all. Myself, James Vijay, working as an assistant professor at SRKR Engineering College. I feel it a great privilege to introduce today's speaker, eminent humanity, Dr. K.V. Subbaraju Garu. Dr. K.V. Subbaraju Garu is working as a professor in chemistry department at SRKR Engineering College, BVRM. He has completed his PhD in chemistry and master's degree in applied psychology. He has also a PGDCA certificate at University of Hyderabad. He is also a professor for the Center for Human Excellence and Leadership Projects Help Center at SRKR Engineering College, Bhimavaram. Dr. K.V. Subbaraju Garu is also author for several books which are very useful for personality development. He has also trained 3 lakh faculty and students. He is a trainer on learning, communication, and soft skills. Dr. K.V. Subbaraju Garu has a 4-month certificate on teaching so that every student learns at Harvard University, USA. Sir, we are privileged to have you in this program. In this context, on behalf of the management and the principal sir, director sir, HOD sir, and the ECE department, I would like to invite Dr. K.V. Subbaraju Garu to start the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. James. My dear friends, thank you for the introduction. And now I'm going to discuss a very interesting topic, which has the capability, if applied well, can solve the learning problems of India. India was a great country up to 17th century, all of you know. It was having 30% world GDP up to 17th century, and now it is around 3 to 4%, only 3 to 4%. India has got 65% youth population. If the youth population can learn the required skills, knowledge, and attitudes, and they can learn at a higher level, not at the first and second level. They can learn at the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth levels of Bloom's taxonomy. All the Indian youth will become more effective, more efficient, and they will be adding more value to themselves and the whole world. If this is done, India is again going to become a great country in the world. So for this, COVID-19 has shown us what are the other methods of teaching and learning process. One of the simplest methods of teaching learning using the online methods and also the classroom discussions and interactions is the flipped learning. Flipped classrooms and flipped learning uses the traditional classroom and also the online resources. By using this method, Indian youth can learn very good things. If all our teachers can become efficient, they learn and use the flipped methodology, especially in science, engineering, and technology, it is going to do wonders. It raises the level of learning from individual to collaboration, cooperation, constructivism, and lots of good things are going to happen. So I'm going to start the lecture. Yes. I'm going to start with the first lesson. Please see this. Yes. Innovative learning strategies, elevating the student self-efficacy through flipped learning. This is the topic of today's discussion. And recently, 1 year back, there is a very interesting article in India Today whether India can implement flipped learning, because flipped learning is going to solve India's teaching learning problems. But the question is, can India apply this? And in the flipped method, the teacher produces a video and sends to the student. The student sees the video, writes notes, prepares questions, answers quizzes and other things. Next day he comes, and the next day the teacher will teach less. He will make them as groups, and there will be a lot of group learning and team learning. So this encourages a collaborative learning, team-based learning, and it encourages the constructivism, which is a very good method of learning pedagogy. India, with 65% younger population, should utilize the 21st century India's, because people say 21st century is India's century because it has the 65% Indian youth. The world population, 25% youth is in India. So India's GDP should be 25% based on its population. But the thing is, most of the Indians learn at the first and the second level of Bloom's taxonomy. That is, they try to remember and understand. They do not go to the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth levels. Unless you go to third, fourth, and fifth, and sixth levels, a person cannot add value. He will be a rote learner. He will be a mechanical worker only. So, my dear friends, the flipped learning can help us to learn, to teach at third and fourth levels, and also at the fifth and sixth levels. The student has higher level of learning, so he can evaluate, he can create, he can analyze, he can apply. So this is the essential school. If more and more Indians can go to this level, India is going to become a prosperous country. What is flipped learning? Flipped learning is the teacher produces a video, a 15-minute, 20-minute video of the lecture, which we usually give in the classroom. What we give in the classroom, we record as a PPT and send to the students. The students will see the video, and the next day they come back, and next day the teacher will not teach much, he will not lecture much, and he clears the doubts of the students. He divides the students into different groups, and the different groups discuss the various questions among themselves. So there is a lot of cooperative learning, there is a lot of collaboration, there is a lot of peer learning. Student to student learning is more effective than a teacher to a student learning. So in a flipped learning, the teacher is not giving a lecture. The teacher is just a guide. The teacher is a facilitator. The teacher helps the groups to discuss among themselves. I'm going to discuss these things in the next few slides. Please try to understand in a flipped classroom method, the student is preparing for the class and coming, and he already knows the first and second levels of knowledge, and in the classroom he learns third and fourth levels, and then he going to go to the next level. So, but the important thing is the student has to take responsibility. The student should take responsibility for learning, take ownership for their learning and instant learning outcomes. The student should take, this is my responsibility. I will prepare for the class and go the next day. He has to take that responsibility. And when they do this, what happens? They will be having a lot of better performance, better results, and they'll later better academic pursuits. So how we do? We will be giving a lot of video collections. We'll be doing PowerPoints, and there'll be a lot of class room discussions, and there'll be discussion among the students. So please try to understand this is quite different from what is happening in the classroom now. What is happening in the classroom? We are giving a lecture covering the first and second levels. We are discussing the remembering and understanding levels only. The third, fourth, fifth, sixth levels we are giving for the homework. So the problem is, in colleges, in technical education, this may not be a problem because all the students will be having internet connection, and all the students will be having have a mobile, or they will be having a smartphone, or they will be having a iPad, or they will be having a system. So it is not a problem. But the rural schools, other places there where there is no internet connection, this has a problem because the student cannot view the video at home. So, my dear friends, India's population is 25%, but today its GDP is just 3.2%. Its GDP is just its GDP is just 3.2%, while its population is youth population is 25%. Population is 15%, youth population is 25%. So India can enhance its GDP from 3.2 to around 6, 7 or 10 or 15. India is going to become a rich country, and everybody values a rich country, and India becomes powerful country. And the advantage with this program is it elevates the knowledge construction. There will be a lot of knowledge construction there. They will not be rote learners. They will not take the just the information what the teacher takes. Whatever information they take, they reconstruct with the information they have already got. So in this case, there is a knowledge construction is very important. In a regular classroom, there is a classroom receiving information is there, but in this case, because of discussions and because of interactions, there is a knowledge construction, not just receiving information. So when there is a knowledge construction in the student can think at a higher level. He will add more value. He becomes more valuable. When our students and youth become more valuable, India is going to become a rich country and a powerful country. The trick is here, the deficiency is here, just like a missing nail, because Indian classrooms doesn't have a good learning environment, less learning efficiency. India is suffering today. And we know that around 70-80% of the people are not employable. So you see the bored people are getting bored. You see that today's classroom, a direct lecture is producing a result like this. And now let us think what is happening in a flipped classroom. I'm not going into the other details. I'm not talking about online methodologies, offline methods, traditional methods. I'm not going into it. I'm talking only about the flipped, a flipped learning environment, flipped classroom. It uses the online teaching method and direct interaction, direct classroom teaching. Both the things are there. It is some kind of blended learning, but it is very, very efficient. The concept is extraordinary. So what happens? The lower level remembering in today's classroom, what is happening is lower level learning, understanding in lecture by the lecture. The teacher gives a lecture, so the student understand the first and second levels. Remembering and understanding, the two things are done in the classroom, and there are no activities in the classroom. This is at a lower level of pedagogy. There's a behaviorism. This is not good. This is a rote model. In this model, the teacher is the master. There is no role for the student. It is not learner centric. So the student doesn't construct a new knowledge. He will not create any new knowledge. The teacher gives whatever he gives, he just takes the information directly. So, but in the second kind of method, what we do is we flip it, means we reverse it. What we do, we reverse it. Now, what is reversing? Let us see the picture here. You see this girl, this just somersault. You see here, remembering, understanding. In the regular Bloom's taxonomy, the first level is, the bottom level is remembering, and the second level is understanding, and it is reverse. But in this case, remembering and understanding is done before classroom through a video by the student at home. At home, the student at home the student, what the student does is, at home, the student, remember, student uh, sees the lecture. If he cannot understand, he will repeat the lecture. If there is some kind of work, he stops it and sees the video. And suppose if there is a doubt for him, a small portion, he will repeatedly see that, so that there is a chance for the student to learn at his own pace. In a classroom, there are fast learners, slow learners, and medium learners. There are some audio learners, there are some visual learners, and there are some kinesthetic learners. But by using video, a slow learner can see the video 2 or 3 times, can understand it. And in the same way, he can also do what he can do if there is, if some point is he could not understand some point, he will see that part repeatedly so that he understands it. Otherwise, next day he asks the question to the student. So if the student is responsible, there is 100% possibility for the student to know about it. But the student need to be responsible. The student should have got high self-efficacy, not self-confidence, not self-esteem. Self-confidence is outer outerficial thing. Self-esteem means he may feel good about himself. That is self-esteem. Self-efficacy means behavior. He does something, he could not do it. He thinks I can do it. He will repeat it. He will repeat it. He will change the method. He will repeat it. That method, that character is called as self-efficacy. If flipped learning is to succeed, the students should have good self-efficacy. So parallel to flipped learning, we have to develop the self-efficacy of the students also. Please try to understand, before the student comes to the class, he has an understanding of what the teacher is going to teach. So in the classroom, what we do, we talk about applying, how you can apply the concept or the product or the idea, and you analyze. You analyze this. These two things are taken care of in the classroom. How is this done? This is not through lecture, and there is the classroom is completely changed, and there is a group arrangement. The students are sitting in the form of groups, or students are sitting in the form of pairs. So when the students are sitting in the form of groups, they can discuss. If something they cannot understand, they can ask other people, they can discuss. So in this case, the teacher's role is very important, but the teacher is not the routine teacher, not the old teacher, just giving lecture. In this class, in this one, the student divides them into groups based on their knowledge. I will tell you later on how they classify that, and then they make them discuss. And the next level evaluation and the creativity, they can give some projects as a homework or theorem paper like that. They can give something about creating and evaluating. They can learn out of the classroom by going through journals, by going through books, and by going through videos, and by doing a project, by doing a model, they can do this. So by this method, what is happening is the student is having an opportunity to learn at the 6 levels. Especially the student is learning third and fourth levels. This is very important. What India is missing, what Indian engineers and what Indian youth and what Indian graduates are missing is, they are good at remembering and understanding. They are not good at applying, analyzing, evaluating, and they are not good at creating. So please try to understand, in this method, the student can cover all the different areas of Bloom's taxonomy. So whatever outcomes are there, so all the outcomes of the course or the program can be achieved by this method. And this is not a difficult method. This is not a difficult method. If especially this is suitable for engineering education, because there are different learning theories are there, different kinds of concepts are there, and different complicated ideas are there, different complicated diagrams and pictures and other things are there. All these can be shown through videos in this mode of learning. And this is a panacea for the problems of Indian education, especially technical education, especially the college education, especially the intermediate level education. This is very, very important. We have to give a serious thought about this. And my dear friends, every one of you, try to understand this. It is not a difficult process. Just make a PPT and just record the screen. Just record the screen. There are different screen recording softwares are there. By using them, you can make a PPT and record that PPT with your audio or with your picture and send it to the students. Understand, this is not difficult. I'm going to explain that in the future classes. But what I want to tell you is, what I want to motivate you is that this is a wonderful method. As a teacher, you become very efficient. You enjoy your class and students love you. And not only that, the students will be learning very good. You get better academic results, you get better learning outcomes, and is not difficult. You need not by heart a lecture and vomit there in the class. You need not by heart the lecture and you need not remember any information, because everything is presented as a PPT in the video form with the audio. And different learning styles are also taken care here, because students have different kinds of learning styles, and all these learning styles are taken care in this method. So my dear friends, in this method, there are three levels. At classroom level, you do two things: remembering and understanding. And at home, you do remembering and understanding by seeing a video. And at in the classroom, there will be discussion or a short lecture or a short presentation on applying and analyzing. And there will be a homework or a small project or something like that on evaluating and creating. So by this method, you are able to achieve all the outcomes of your course and your program. See here, and here we have got the 6 levels: remember, understand, apply information, use information in a new situation, apply, analyze, make connections between ideas, evaluate, justify a stand or viewpoint, and create, produce new or original. This is the normal Bloom's taxonomy. In flipped learning, it is inverted, it is flipped, it is inverted. As woman is inverted here, flipped here, in the same way flipping happens. In the same way flipping happens. So first of all, the student learns the easy thing at home. The student learns the easy thing at home by seeing the video or audio, or by going through the material provided by the teacher. The teacher can make a video, or he can give a link of a video produced by somebody else. He need not produce, he can give a link for resources. And then in the classroom, there will be short lecture, and they'll in groups, they discuss about applying and analyzing. There is a lot of peer learning, there is a lot of team learning, there's a lot of cooperative learning, there's a lot of collaboration, 1+1 is equal to 11. 1 plus 1 is more than 11. That is the sixth principle of Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. When 1 plus 1 usually becomes 2, but one student's knowledge adds to another student's knowledge, they fill the gaps among themselves, and it will create a higher level of knowledge. So students try to learn from among themselves. It's called the peer learning, is one of the advantages you have got here. And please here at the home, the student is doing individually is called the behavioristic learning. This is called, there are different theories are there, different pedagogies are there for learning. This is behave individually. The student learns alone. He sees the video and learns by himself. And the teacher is teaching. He is taking information. And this is just like the normal classroom. This is here you are having a behaviorist kind of learning here. And in the classroom, a group based learning is happening. The teacher and students are adding their knowledge together. There is a constructivist learning here. This is a higher level of learning. So any kind of technology, any kind of teaching methodology should be at a higher level. So this is giving two kinds of learning methodologies. One is the behaviorist methodology, and the next one, behaviorist means what is happening in a regular classroom is behaviorist. I am teaching, the student is listening. There is no role for the student. The student cannot contribute anything for the knowledge. I only give the knowledge as the teacher. That is at home when he sees the video. But in the classroom, he with his friends and the teacher creates knowledge, creates learning. Is a construction, is a constructivist learning. So please try to understand this is having a good benefits over what is lacking in the regular classroom. This is providing this. Today technology is easily available. This is helping me. So sometime back in 2003, 2004, I did a course from Harvard University, an online course of 4 months. Every day I used to get a lesson by I link to the lesson. I used to go through the lesson, and next day I used to get questions. I had to answer the questions, and later on there will be discussion among the participants. Some participants pose questions, some answer them. So there will be a lot of interaction among the students. I enjoyed it very well. But at that time, videos are very costly and the internet bandwidth is very, very less. And because of that, only mainly we were having only in the documents, and we are having sometimes audios and very, very few videos. In those times, producing videos is difficult. Not only that, even bandwidth to upload them and download them was difficult. I felt very good. So every day I used to spend 2 hours. I used to read 1 hour. I used to answer questions, and I have to discuss with so many people. Among the 100 people, there will be 4 to 5 groups will be there. We used to 20 people used to have discussion, and after completing our discussion, we go to the other groups also, and we used to have a lot of learning. But I never thought that kind of learning will be available so easily. I never thought that kind of thing will be available at in our place like this in the form of videos. It's a very, 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 very useful method of transferring. So this is I think this is a wonderful method, wonderful methodology for having a very effective learning. This is wonderful methodology for effective learning, very effective learning. This is a wonderful method. And a flip methodology should have 4 pillars. Flip, 4 pillars. What are the 4 pillars? The first pillar is F, flexible environment, not in the classroom. You know, the classroom, the teacher is standing in the bench, on the podium, and then near the board, and all the students are sitting one beside the other, and there is no chance for interaction for them. One cannot talk to the other. So here there is a flexible environment, there is a possibility for group work, there is a possibility for independent work, and teacher is also flexible. Teacher allows some kind of noise, because when the students are interacting, there will be some kind of noise. The teacher should be flexible with noise. He can accept orderly disorderliness. There can be some chaos, there can be some noise. And in evaluation also, the teacher need to be flexible. The teacher need to be flexible in the classroom also. The teacher need to be flexible in the classroom also. Please, with the students in evaluation also, he has to be flexible. The second one is L means learning centered. It is a learner centered. It is a learning centered. How much learning happened is important. It is not important how much lecture was given. How much information was given is not important. What is important is how much learning happened in the classroom. And there is how much engagement is there. Is there engagement for the student? Is he involved in learning or not? The student engagement is very, very important. And the student is involved in knowledge construction. He is not borrowing knowledge. He is constructing knowledge. We understand this? He is learning new knowledge. We understand this? This is the second one. L is fluid learning. F means flexible environment. L means learning centered. And the third one is intentional content. You don't go on discussing something. Intentional content. You choose a content which focuses on your course outcomes. Based on your course outcomes, you prepare the content. The content should be relevant for the conceptual understanding. It should be relevant for the conceptual understanding of the content. Please try to understand the content planning is very important. You don't teach what you like, and you prepare the content. What content will satisfy the student learning outcomes, and what I'm going to cover in the video, and what I'm going to cover in the classroom, how I'm going to cover it in group discussions, one-to-one share. So that you plan, this, that the third part, that's called intentional content, is the third part. The fourth part is the he is a professional educator. It is a mistake. He is a professional educator. The teacher is a professional. He will not compete with other teachers. He will collaborate with other teachers. One teacher in chemistry will collaborate with other teachers in chemistry. They will not compete. I am better than you. They have to be better. They have to be better. As a team, they have to be better teachers. So a professional behavior is very important. They should tolerate chaos, accept constructive criticism. Please take it. If somebody criticizes, he has to take it constructively. He should be a professional. He has to take responsibility. He has to feel it is my responsibility. He has to feel this is my responsibility for learning in the classroom. So he has has to be tolerant. He should be tolerant, and and the teacher looks as if there is no role for him, because the teacher is not giving much lecture, but the teacher is facilitating. The teacher is the facilitating the whole education process. The teacher is facilitating the whole education process. Please try to understand. So he has got a big role. If the teacher is a professional, though it looks the teacher is not taking any role, the students will have more learning, and the students have learning at a higher level. Please try to understand this. Please try to understand this. The teacher has to be professional. That means he will not blame others. If any job is given to him, he takes responsibility. He will not say that I don't know how to make a PPT, I don't know how to screencast it, I don't know how to make a video, I don't know how to upload this, I don't know. That is not thing. It is a responsibility. You have to learn it and do it. That kind of person is called as a professional educator. The educators cannot be no longer amateurs. They need to be professionals. Then only they can accept the responsibility. They can accept chaos, and they can accept constructive criticism. They can collaborate with other teachers. This is very important, especially in some organizations. The teachers will try to compete with each other. They want to say that my teaching is better than the other person's teaching. Um, your teaching should be better than yourself. I should teach today better than yesterday. Tomorrow I should teach better than today. I am my competition. That is called as a professional educator. Professional educator competes with himself. He never competes with others. This is very important. In flipped, you actually, if 3 or 4 people are taking a course, they combinedly they can make videos and they can share with the students. It has so many advantages. You need not by heart data and the lecture. You need not. I know two. I know two important experiences. There used to be one teacher called as a Professor V.S. Raju, Professor V. Somaraju. He is a doctorate in geophysics, mathematics, and then he has a graduate in electronics also. He, he he never used to teach the derivations. He was always teaching the application of an equation. He's always uh, talking about the application of the idea, not the derivation of the idea. Derivation anybody can do. He can learn by himself. But the teachers, the students never used to like him, because the students want how it will be. They don't want to work on themselves. They don't want to be responsible. They want to be spoon fed. That students want to be spoon fed, and many teachers are accustomed to spoon feed their students. So some students used to feel the great teacher. Some people used to say that Professor V. Somra is a great teacher. But ordinary students used to feel, sir, he was not teaching the derivation. I have to learn it on my own. So, my dear friends, and there is another teacher, Dr. G.V. Raju. He was in mechanics. He was a mechanical engineering teacher. There are two kinds of teachers, two kinds of students. One kind of students used to say that he was teachers at a higher level. He was teaching at the 3rd and 4th and 5th level. That is the way the student has to learn. That is the purpose of the teacher there, to teach at the 3rd and 4th level. Any student can learn the 1st and 2nd levels. My dear friends, we have to change. We have to change. Flipped learning is a wonderful opportunity, a godsend opportunity. COVID-19 can be COVID-19 will be a godsend opportunity if colleges introduce flipped learning in at least some of the courses, part of the courses in their colleges. Even after the colleges open, when there is the direct interaction also, if they utilize the flipped learning, the results of the students will become better. NBA will be a cakewalk for them. NBA will be cakewalk for them. And the third one, the students get very good result, they get very good place, and later on the students will be very successful in their careers. They will have a very good understanding of what they learned, not just getting grades. By this flipped kind of teaching, the student not only gets good grades, but he has a complete understanding of subject. He has a very good learner. Tomorrow he has a very good learning capability. Any kind of topic he can learn. So my dear friends, a flip is the four parts: a flexible environment, group work, independent student teacher, uh, independent work, learning centered, and then intentional content. And the next one is, for flip to happen, the teachers should be a professional educators. They should be professionals, means they don't blame others. Whatever they need to do, they learn on their own or they learn from others, and they get things done, and they don't compete with others. They collaborate with others, they cooperate with others, and they accept criticism. And they in a flipped class, there will be some kind of a little bit of noise will be there, and that should be accepted in flipped learning. But the student is very much involved throughout the classroom, so even the backbencher also enjoys it. The backbencher is, what we do is, during flip, what we do is, in the groups we have students who are good, who are average, and who are below average. We combine them. When the students discuss among themselves, they learn better. Even the average and below average students have some kind of physical skills they will be having. They will have some kind of technical skills will be there, so they can share their knowledge, their skills, and they will have a better learning. So my dear friends, flip has four pillars of flip learning. These four should be applied at any stage. And now, how to prepare, how to, suppose you decided to go for a flipped learning, what to do? You want to go for a flipped learning, what to do? First of all, you have to plan. What, suppose you have some 60 lectures are there. Which lectures, which sessions I am going to take flipped learning? In the first stage, you will not take all the 30, 40 sessions flipped. You take some 10 or 15 sessions for flipped. What lessons you have to do it? And then which lessons to flip? Other lectures you will be doing ordinary learning. And then outline the key outlines. What are the outcomes I want in this? So based on this, you plan your session. You have two sessions. One is in the video session. The second is the classroom session. What I am going to cover in the video session, and what I am going to cover in the class session. What discussions I am going to have. First one is plan what are the particular items I am going to take for flip. Suppose there are 130 topics. You take first, second, third, fourth, fifth for flip. So you take the flip five lectures, and then in that each lesson you try to find what content is to be covered, and what content to be covered inside the video, and what to be in the classroom next day for discussion. The next one is um, uh, to record the video. Next, you have to record the video. What you can do is very simple. You make a PPT. Use as much pictures as possible. Use as much color as possible. Use words and pictures, and make a PPT. And you can just see, you can, and in Zoom you can record your lecture. As the PPT is going on, you can give a lecture. You will have a video, audio, and also the screen. So the student is having your lecture, your audio, your expressions, and also the PPT in the video. At any time, he can see the video. If he wants, he can see 2 or 3 times. In the night, he can see. In the morning, he can see. Just before the class, he can see. So the second is record the video in the second one. There is a screen cast softwares are there. One of the best one is a Zoom. Anytime 40-50 minutes is free. So you can record this. You can record this. You can record this with. You can record this easily. You can record this easily with this. You can record this easily by this method. You can do this by this method. Please try to understand. This is hello. Please try to understand. You can do this. So you plan, record, and the next one is share. Now this video should be sent. You have to send the video. You have to send the video to the people. You have to send the video to the people, and you have to send the video to the people. You have to send the video to the people. That the next one is sharing. You have to send the video to people. You have to send the video. Just 1 minute. So please try to I discuss these things. Flip, I discuss the 6 steps. I'm discussing this. The 6 steps I'm discussing this. Step one is plan, and step 2 is record, and step 3 is share, and step 4 is monitor the activity of the students, group monitor, and then deep. These are the 6 steps. So in the first step, you plan it, and the second step, you record the video, and the third step, you share the video. You can either some institutes have learning management systems. You can upload this into learning management systems, or you can use some method. There are different methods. You have a YouTube, or there are different methods are there. You can upload these videos to that, and the student can see before the class, and he can see the video after the class also. So recording the video, and you can use the screencast it. So when you record with the Zoom or some other thing, you will be having these benefits. The next one is the share. Share this video. I upload this video. You can use we do generally outside, we do YouTube, and there are different methodologies are there. You can also use a learning management systems are there in some institutes. When you upload to that, they will manage. It should go to which person or that who can see this, who can't see. They will be determined by the learning management system. And then the fourth one is monitor activity and performance. Monitor activity and performance. So other one, you can know you have shared these things. We don't know whether they have seen the video or they have not seen the video. You don't know that. So what you do is, you monitor activity by having a quiz test. So you give a quiz test and ask them to answer the quiz test. The quiz test will help the students. The quiz test help the student, the teacher, to know who is seeing the video, who is not seeing the video. They can understand. Not only that, when you have the quiz marks, the next level, you can have a group and a monitor. What you can do, depending on the quiz marks, you can understand the strong candidates and the weak candidates. And you in every group, you will have what the very strong students, wherever students are there in the group, so that they can be peer learning from a student strong in subject who understood can teach the other student who doesn't understand. This is peer learning is very, very powerful. Group and monitor using quiz performance. Group, please try to understand. Please try to understand group and monitor quiz. And next one is last one is after the discussion is there. So in the classroom, what to do based on your quiz performance, you divide students into different groups. There are 6 members are in a group. They sit at one place and they uh, they clear doubts among themselves. And if there is any doubt, the teacher will clarify the doubt, and the teacher will give some activities. They will say that every student stand up and say something like that. So there will be a group activity will be there. There will be group learning will be there. A lot of cooperative learning and collaborative learning will be there among the students. And finally, you bring all the students to face you, and then you explain. You tell them what you've done and what you expected, and how the students are performing. And you also give chance for the student to ask questions, not giving a lecture. You can ask them to give ask questions, and if a question is asked, other students can answer, or otherwise you can answer. So that way there will be a lot of there will be a lot of student activity. There is a lot of activity in the classroom, and the student doesn't feel bored. For many students cannot sit alone idle. So, but in this class, there is a movement of the students. He is talking to other students and he is learning something, and the absenteeism will decrease. The student performances increases, and the student enjoys things. Some students enjoy doing the projects. So this way, this methodology gives chance for every kind of learner to learn more, to contribute more. His self-esteem increases, his confidence increases. He believes that I can learn better and I can grow in life. So this enhances the self-efficacy. But here the most important point is the student should take the responsibility to see the video and learn. If the student doesn't see the video and he doesn't learn it, again, if you go to third and fourth levels, it is just like a Greek and Latin for him, and it is algebra, gundagabra. He will not understand anything. That is a second. That is worse than the traditional type of teaching. But here also, when they are in a group, they can learn from others what they learned by seeing the video. But my dear friends, 1 hour lecture, you need not give it 1 hour lecture, because in the classroom, you can't go on lecturing because you have to control the students. You have to control the students. You are slow, your pace is slower because you are trying to control the students. My dear friends, by this by 15-20 minute video, or you can take 10-15, you can 1 or 2 videos. You can give some videos related interesting facts also. You can give some interesting things, other things also you can give in the form of video, because video allows you give very complex things. You can show complex things in a video which you cannot show in a classroom. Please try to understand. By using the 6 steps, you are ready for the flipped classroom. But here, the first thing is what content I am going to take for flipped learning. And for that, what are the outcomes? Now, based on these things, you can divide your content, what is to be given in the video and what will be discussed in the classroom. You have to share it. The first one. Second one, you may feel difficult in the initial stage, but screen casting, there are lots of softwares, and Zoom is readily available. Other Google and other things are available. By using them, you can record a video. You can use the PPT, just give the lecture just before that in the and do that. What happens is your audio will be recorded and your video will be recorded, and the screen is also seen. The student will be learning very well, because there are three kinds of learners. One is called as audio learners, they are listening, and the second is called visual learners, they are seeing the picture. The third one is the kinesthetic learners. You are showing some examples also, some small examples also in that. So all the kinds of learners will learn this. Not only that, the slow learners also can learn this. So what is what can a teacher can do this? No. Here you need the role of three people, because you need three people. One is a content. What content? What are the POs and COs? What is the Bloom's taxonomy? Based on Bloom's taxonomy, what are the POs and COs? You have to determine. And then what method I am going to teach, what method I am going to apply. Am I using the behaviorist? Am I using the constructivism? You understand this? So that you have to determine. The next one is technology. How I am going to take this to the student. Am I taking by audio? Am I taking on the blackboard? Or am I taking a video?
अयो सर विंडो नहीं क्लोज किया, मैं करके आती हूँ.
Please try to understand. Please try to understand the three knowledge. You need not have all these things. You can talk to a pedagogy expert, and you can take a technology expert, and you can take their help. And your part is content preparation, and then you make PPTs, and then you will be using the technology, and you will be making videos and send to the students. So here there's a role for three things. I will show another video. So please see this in this there. You need to have three kinds of knowledge. One is called as content knowledge. That means subject knowledge is important. You should be a subject expert. Not only that, how to convert, how to transfer this content to the student. That is the technological knowledge. Am I going to use a video, audio? Am I going to use a Zoom? Or am I going to giving a lecture on Blackboard and somebody recording it? What kind of technology I'm using? What kind of technology I can use? Also, this is a technical knowledge is important. Please try to understand. Hello?
Sir, it's audible, sir.
Oh, okay. Technological knowledge, and then pedagogy is important. The learning theories. I told you that behaviorism, constructivism. So these are the different. Social constructivism. There are different theories of knowledge are there. Behaviorism is the lowest level. Classroom teaching is behaviorism, and discussion and group learning is your constructivism. So that is a higher level of learning. So in flipped, so you have to understand how what method I use to transfer this knowledge. So this also you need to have these three kinds of knowledge. You understand this? You have to understand the pedagogical theories also. You need to. So when you have got, whether you have got or your group has got, team has got, then you can use a flipped classroom. You can use flipped learning methodology. You can apply flipped learning methodology in the classroom. So not just knowing the content alone is not sufficient, and you need to have the what technology. What technology is suitable for this? What is available? What is easier? And what is suitable for the student? You have to understand. Suppose if you produce a very high bandwidth videos, very high quality videos, the student may not have sufficient internet bandwidth. He will not be able to download them. He will not be able to see them. So these problems will come. You have to understand. You have to know. And these three things, if you apply the three kinds of knowledge, and then you will be efficient in applying the flip technology. What I'm saying is what I'm saying is just I'm reviewing once again. I'm telling you that it is very important. Our learning level should enhance as Indians, as engineering teachers, or as science teachers, as arts teachers. The classroom environment should change. The level of learning in the classroom should change, and do they know how to teach so that everyone understands effectively? Whether the teachers know, this is important. When the teachers know how to teach so that everyone understands effectively every day, do they know how to learn, unlearn and relearn? This is important for the students. Some knowledge you have to learn, some knowledge, wrong beliefs, you have to unlearn them. You have to unlearn wrong beliefs and then you have to relearn. These are the things we require. You may say that flipped, some people are applying, maybe some of you may be applying this thing, but many people think that this may be very, very difficult one. This is the easiest one. This is the easiest one. Any one of you can do it with Zoom and with all these screencast technologies, video capturing technologies. It is very easy to produce videos, and your job becomes very easy and also difficult. And then are we teaching only first and second levels of Bloom's taxonomy or higher levels? I know one of my students, Murali. Now he is a director in a very big technical technology company, a chip designing company in California. One day he went for an interview. They asked, "Do you know C++?" He said, "This is 1997. It is a very technology is very less known at the time." He said, "Sir, I know a little bit, but I can learn." Then they asked, "Do you know Java?" He said, "I know some principles of Java, but I can learn." And then they asked, "Do you know some other?" He has some other questions. He said, "I know a little bit, but I can learn." And then finally they said, "We selected you, but you can add. You can ask any question now." And Murali asked one question, "Sir, for most of the questions I told, I know a little bit, I do not know much, most of the questions, but still you selected me. Why?" They said, the vice president said, "Yes, you have a right question, you have a right doubt. That's very important, because a person will be expert in one thing today. If he doesn't have a learning mentality, if he doesn't have a learning attitude, if he doesn't have the learning ability, that fellow cannot learn new things, because today's knowledge is changing very fast, especially in IT technology. Today one thing will be there, after 2 years something else will come. The student, the employee should be able to learn new things very fast. We want learners. You understand this? We don't want people who are having knowledge in one thing. We want people who can learn anything, anytime. So, my dear friends, we have to prepare our students to become good learners. Please try to understand, whatever we teach in the classroom, most of it, 70, 80, 90% will not be applicable in the real life, but it will help them to solve their problems. It helps them to learn other things, but directly that knowledge is not suitable in many cases. But please try to understand, is learning ability is important. In a campus job, a person who can learn things faster and new things gets around 15 lakh, 20 lakh package. But a person who has learned something and who cannot learn other things faster, that fellow will get 3 to 4 lakh package. So learners are important. We have to prepare, we have to train learners who are learning at higher level. India becomes a great country when students learn 3 to 4th levels in class and can apply in 5 and 6 levels in real life. These are the students we want. These are the engineers, these are the scientists, these are the doctors we need. Lot of research was done and they found it has got extraordinary benefits. My dear friends, we need not worry. India becomes an innovative knowledge society, a great country. We need not worry anybody attacking us. We need not worry about in America or Russia or somebody else, because a powerful person, everybody is afraid. Everybody respects, no afraid of. Everybody respects a person who is powerful with knowledge. Even now, India has become a little bit powerful because of Indian engineers and Indian scientists. They are doing wonders outside of India. So when they go outside of India, they are trying to land at the third and fourth and fifth and sixth levels. And then India's economy will be producing around 20%, 25% GDP, and that is not too far. And then India becomes the richest country in the world. In flipped learning, lower levels are I'm repeating once again, lower levels are taught at first and second levels in the at home in the video, and 3 and 4 levels are done at they are done through discussions activities in the classroom. Flipped learning is not a synonym of just online. It is not just online courses. Online course is just, in this video, is around 20-30% value. 70% happens in the classroom. Is not an online course. In online courses, what happens? The person will put some 10 videos, and when you pay a fee, he will allow you to access those 10 videos, and there is no interaction with the teacher and yourself. That is called as a video course. This is not a video course. In this case, every day the student is having interaction with the teacher. So there is a lot of advantage. It is a blending of direct instruction with constructivist learning. Both things are there. Here is the direct instruction and also the constructivist learning. It is not the behaviorist learning. It is significant to focus on the whole learning process to ensure quality of the flipped learning. Flipped learning we all can implement, but my dear friends, we have to be knowledgeable. We should know the value of it, and we have to put a little bit of more effort and work on that. So here we have shown again. Here we have shown that what is the different levels. Repeating once again, in the video you will be discussing about the remembering and understanding. The student sees the video before he comes to the classroom, and he comes with his notes. He comes with some doubts. He wants to know more. Then in the classroom there is not a direct lecture. There is a discussion type, activity based type of teaching happens, and in this class he will be learning about how to apply the knowledge in new situation and how to connect the different concepts. He will be analyzing, connecting this idea with other ideas. So this he will be doing, and in some cases they will be giving some projects or some design projects or other projects, and in that they will be learning the evaluation and creation of new knowledge. So this is a knowledge construction activity, and this is a lot of learning happening at third, fourth, fifth, and sixth levels of teaching. So OBE is easily achieved. You are applying outcome-based education very easily when you are applying Bloom's taxonomy. Automatically this happens. Very simple. If any college, if any institute wants to follow OBE, just apply the flipped learning. There are no barriers, especially for engineering colleges. It is no barrier. And in many degree colleges or other colleges, also medical college, this is not a barrier. So my dear friends, so here I am repeating once again, individual teaching is there. The teacher, just like an individual classroom, just like a regular classroom, here in a flipped classroom, in the video, one student is learning by himself from the teacher, and this is a behaviorist kind of learning. There is no new knowledge creation. What the teacher gives, this fellow takes. There is no creation of new knowledge in this one. And in the classroom, it is a group based activity. There is a construction of knowledge takes place. This is very important. Go to third, fourth, fifth and sixth levels of OBE. So my dear friends, so this is about some of the aspects of. Now, what are the what are the problems we face? What are the problems we face? Now, pre-classroom, the regular classroom arrangements will not be suitable here. You have to change the classroom arrangements. You may have five-member group, five group like that, or one-to-one, or depending on the methodology. You need not have the same classroom pattern for every lecture. So for one class, you will have groups. Another class, you will have a pairs. You understand this? In another class, we'll have the regular teacher type, regular type. So you have to make pre-classroom arrangements. Very organized pre-class arrangements are important. Otherwise, it creates a lot of noise, chaos. Lot of time will be wasted when there is no proper preschool arrangement. Should be planned on paper and done in the classroom. And next one is, it is the responsibility of the students to guarantee that students will finish the required pre-class assignment and out of class work. This is important. Whatever the student has to do at home, he should do. You should have tools to monitor this. We should know whether that fellow has opened the video, how much time he has seen the video. There is monitoring softwares are there. You can use the monitor and find this is important. Then you can identify who has not seen the video, who has not spent time on seeing the video, whether it's seen twice or thrice. That you can understand. The tools for to monitor the students is very important. Otherwise, the students will not see the video. They come to the classroom empty-handed, and then you go for a group discussion. That fellow will not get the first and second level of learning. He will not get the third and the fourth level of learning. It is just like constructing the third floor and fourth floor directly without the ground floor and the first floor. My dear friends, so when he sees the video, he should construct the first floor and the second floor, and then on that you can construct the third floor and the fourth floor in the classroom. Please try to understand. If most of the students do not view the video and try to learn in the video, they may just see the video. It's of no use. They should see the video. They should try to understand it. They should try to make notes. They should know where they have got doubts. If they don't understand, they can repeat. These things are important. And next one, activities well planned to engage. You should have very good activity planning. If you don't plan the activities, the time will be wasted. If you have not already planned the activity, whether you are having a group activity or a paid activity, or whether there is some kind of game type of activity, if you if you don't plan, if you don't have a designing activity, if you don't have a plan of activity, then it will not be attractive for the students, and the student get disgraced. This becomes worse than the regular kind of teaching. So the students have to take responsibility, and the teachers also have to take responsibility. They have to plan and do things well. And then correspondence open anytime. The students should communicate, be able to communicate with the teacher, or the teacher can communicate with the teacher, student anytime. This communication should be open. These are the requirements. In addition to the 6 things we discussed, these 4 things are important. Pre-classroom arrangements are to be planned well. Unless you have got the pre-planned arrangements, you can't complete after the student comes, then you should try to do this thing. There will be a lot of chaos. The students make a lot of noise, and the other classes gets disturbed, and all the bad things will happen. And students should be monitored. If the students if the students know that we are monitored, they will be more responsible. There will be 2 kinds of students. Those students having a high self-efficacy. Self-efficacy means students who feel that I can learn. Even if I cannot understand the first time, I put effort next time to understand it. So that is called as the self-efficacy. Some students have got low self-efficacy, and they should be monitored. If they think the teacher is monitoring, they will go through the video and they will try to learn. And instead of only 30-40% students going through the video, 70, 80 or 90% students will go through the video. If 70, 80% will go through the video, so from them the other students can learn to some extent. And then the students understand the value of flipped learning, and they take responsibility. So we have to monitor them. Some students do not have self-control. These are not self-managed, self-motivated learners. All the students are not self-motivated, self-directed learners. They learn when there is a pressure on them, when somebody is monitoring on them. The 30-40% students are responsible. They are self-managers. They manage themselves. They know their responsibility. They know what they need to do. They know what they should not do. And they have high self-efficacy, and they will be learning very well in this flipped classroom mechanism. And if the teachers also have the high self-efficacy, that means belief and that I can learn this, and I will put effort. I put effort. That is called as self-efficacy. Self-efficacy with the students and teachers is very important. Suppose some teachers, when they start applying this flipped learning, they get some problems, and then they think they cannot solve the problem, and they blame somebody, and they leave it there. They do not show progress. But the people having self-efficacy, they put effort, they learn from others. They may fail, but they put effort. They may fail, they put effort, and they become better and better. They become better and better, and they try to become better and better, and they try to learn, and they try to learn, and they put effort, they repeatedly put effort, and they will be succeeding. So and the responsibility of the teachers and the students is important. The 21st century needs self-managed, self-motivated, self-learners. They should learn. Anything is there, they should manage themselves. They should take care of somebody should not motivate them, somebody should manage them. So that is important. The activity is well planned and corresponding. These are the 4 things important. So a lot of things are happening. A lot of things. You see the publications here. Lot of increase. You see during these few years. You see that lot of publications. Lot of research is going on. Flipped learning. You see how much enhancement is happening. You see that. And please try to understand, a lot of research is being done. More and more colleges, more and more people, and more departments, and more countries are applying flipped learning. This is very important for the country, for our country to prosper, and especially to implement our national education policy, to make our students, youth creative, innovative. We need to elevate the learning of students. We have to elevate the learning of students from 1 to 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. And then they will become innovators and creators, and they will become entrepreneurs, not just getting the job, they will be creating jobs for others. Please try to understand. Please try to understand. This is a great opportunity for every one of us, for you and for me, my dear friends. I want you to implement. I want you to implement this in your courses this year. This will be even online also. You can do this. What you can do, you can make a video and send it, and the students will see it. The next class we will have some kind of discussion. You understand this? And we'll discuss at a higher level. The students will talk, the students will contribute. And even in online also, as on today also, COVID-19 also, we can use it. And when the colleges open up also, we can use this kind of methodology. I know many of the digital marketers, digital teachers are using this kind of methodology. And my dear friends, it is not so difficult. We can apply this in our classroom. When you apply this in our class, the advantage is you become a better teacher, and you need not remember useless information. You need not buy hard things and omit there in the classroom. And the students are not disinterested. In many classes, we see many students at any time 20-30% students will be disinterested, unless the teacher is teaching very well, unless the teacher is monitoring them. Around 70% students only listen, 10, 15, 20% students are elsewhere in their whole world. So flipping mechanism is one of the methods for this. So now I will go for the other I will go for another PPT, where I will see what are the results of this. What I will do is I will show you what are the results of this. What are the results that you got for other people. I will show you some results. I will show you some results where there are a lot of extraordinary benefits that happened in this. There are a lot of extraordinary. I will show some examples, mostly from Western world. You see this. If you see this, what you can see this is here. This is the world class. This is the world classroom. One teacher and all this, only one powerful, others are powerless. Whatever the teacher gives, these people have to take. They don't have any control on learning. They don't have any control on learning. And the teacher teaches the lower level of teaching. And the difficult things are given as homework for them. So doing that homework becomes very difficult for the students. But in this case, groups, this is a flipped classroom. The students have seen the video and they came to the classroom, and now the students are learning by discussion, by sharing, by collaborating. They are having higher learning. Students watch lectures at home at their own pace. They can see for 2 minutes, they can take a break, and then they can see. If there's anything difficulty, they can rewind and see it. And if they want, they can see the video 2 or 3 times. And it is available with them. Anytime they can access that. Next, concept engagement takes place in the classroom with the help of the instructor. The instructor is a facilitator. He is a guide. He helps you to learn. He helps you to learn. He is a facilitator. He is not a lecturer. We college teachers are all lecturers because they go on giving lecture 1 hour, 1.5 hours. One-sided learning only. Poor fellows, they have to accept it. After you go, other teacher comes, and then he goes on his tape recorder. Very, very difficult. So in this case, because in the classroom there is more activity, the students will be interested to come for the class. The attendance will increase. Learning will increase. The student who cannot learn on his own can take the help of the other students and can learn more. See here. So in normal environment, that the traditional one size fits all mode of education often results in limited concept engagement and severe consequences. So because of this, around 1.69% are graduating and 31% are not graduating, and 1.3 million are dropping out in I think it's the US. Please take so many people are dropping out. You know, in our engineering colleges and other colleges, we find 5 or 10% students not completing their degree, and some students even want to discontinue after the first year and second year. So most of the students are not getting their degrees, and the students who are getting degrees are getting low quality degrees. So it's so much of students dropouts are there. These dropouts will become a big problem for the society. Tomorrow they use their knowledge for doing wrong things. So please try to understand. So the availability of online video and increasing student access to technology has paved the way for flipped classroom models. So please see this. The results before flip, 50% failed in English. After this, 19%. Math, freshman math, first year graduation math, 44%, 13% after the flip. When the flip is applied, the result has increased so much. From 50% to it has come to 81%. This has come to 87%. So please try to understand the dropout cases also have this. There are no discipline cases, attendance problems. You know, in engineering colleges, we see many students or other colleges, many students having less than 90%, less than 75%, even less than 60% students. So when you have this kind of classroom, because there is the activity, because the student can interact with other students, attendance will enhance. Attendance will enhance because they enjoy the discussions, they learn more. It is good for them from the point of view of the examination and the otherwise. Poor learning outcomes. You see this, I already have shown this. It's already shown this, yes. And if you see the colleges, around 46 science colleges, 46% are using this flipped one. And English language, 12% are using it. And in math, around 32% are using. So please try to understand flipping is being done elsewhere, and then it will be having very good advantages. So the student, you see this, teacher created 3 videos. Here a research work was done. A research was done. In this, what they did was to find out whether flip learning has a positive effect or a negative effect. They produced 3 videos a week, and students watched 5 to 7 minute videos at home or in school if they don't have internet access. Those people who don't have internet can come to the college or to the school early, and in the college, because there is a Wi-Fi is there, they can see it there. class time was spent doing labs or interactive activities to illustrate the concept. There will be more lab time, and the teacher will illustrate with examples or with videos, and he can show difficult concepts can be explained during the class time. So please try to students receive instant feedback. So because it is online, the student will be completes the video, immediately he gets what marks he got. So the student will be getting feedback is very important. Many times when we conduct an exam, when the teachers conduct an examination, sometimes the teachers give the answer sheets within 1 week, sometimes 10 days, like that. So during the time, the student is not having a feedback. When there is a feedback, he can rectify, he can change. So that is here there is an instant feedback is there. Students get don't get frustrated, because the students can talk to the teacher one to one, or he can talk to the other teachers. Before, many students would not complete homework if they got frustrated with it. Working on problems in class minimizes this problem. So so difficult problems, the student is working in the classroom, so he will be with the help of his co-students, with the help of the instructor, the teacher, the student will be completing the homework also. And the teachers revisit the concepts to concept students don't understand. If there is a difficult topic, the teacher can explain on the board using a PPT or a chalkboard or a video. He can explain whatever the difficult topics are there for those students who could not understand. So that is another advantage. So teacher support students in class. In classroom, the students, the teachers behave just like their friends, just like their mentors, just like their coaches. So the students feel a friendly environment, and because of this reason, the students will attend the classes and learn more. Absenteeism will decrease, and the people doing homework will enhance. Higher level of learning happens. The student results will enhance, and they get a better jobs. The students get a better jobs because the students can learn in depth, because they are going to fourth and fifth levels also. They will have in-depth knowledge. Because of their knowledge, they will be getting not only jobs in India, throughout the country. You see, this year IIT and other colleges, IIT, other institutes, Japanese companies have come, American companies have come to place them, hire them. Please try to understand. Tomorrow, opportunities will come anywhere. Please try to understand this methodology will increase attendance, increases classroom learning, deep learning, and not only that, this improves the better grades, and this improves the valuation for the student. Employability increases, and the student can get higher jobs, having a lot of growth and lot of financial benefits. Not only have financial benefit, they have a higher growth opportunity, the job they will be getting. So what is happening in this case? What is happening is in the classroom, the students are just seeing and hearing and reading. This is a passive kind of learning. So this is a passive. In our classrooms, in traditional classrooms, there is a passive kind of learning environment. This creates laziness in the students, boredom in the students, and they get frustrated. But in active classroom, what happens? There is a participation discussion, and doing different kinds of projects and other things. Active learning is very efficient. So flipped learning has a passive learning. In the home, seeing the video, and in the classroom there is the active learning. So this is one shot, two birds. This is an extraordinary technique for already seen this. So the student does shows the video in the classroom. He sees the video in the classroom. See this? Do you understand this? And And here there is a the flipped classroom. There is a discussion, other one-to-one discussion, other things are happening here, and they are downloading the different. He is seeing the video in the internet and coming to the class, flipped classroom discussion, and then they are having. He can talk to the teacher one-to-one in the group or in the classroom or one-to-one. The student also understand, the teacher also understands the student's strengths and weak points. So this is another advantage of this one. Suppose if the student is absent in one of the classes, if the student is absent in one of the classes, he can see the video. If the teacher is absent also, he can post a video. So for absent teachers, for absent students also, this is useful. So this has got a wonderful benefits. So my dear friends, so what I want to say is that flipped learning has enormous benefits. I will summarize my lecture in 5 to 10 minutes, and then we can go for any discussion on this. So, my dear friends, India was contributing 30% for the world economy before 17th century. And when the British left, it was 1 to 2%. Now it is around 3.2%, and rupee parity it is 7%. But India's population is 15%. If we are effective, we should be getting minimum 15%. The second thing is India's population is 25% youth population in the world. So India can contribute up to 25% GDP in the world. But one of the problems for Indian education is being a developing country, here we are having mostly rote kind of learning, mechanical type of learning, by hearting things and vomiting in the classroom. This kind of method is there. So we are not innovative, we are not creative. So the students are, that kind of students are unable to be creative, and they are getting low jobs, and some are not getting jobs. And flipped learning will help the students to learn at third, fourth, fifth, and sixth levels, and they will have a deep understanding of the concepts, and they don't understand they understand at not at the behaviorist level. They also understand the constructive level. So at a higher level, they understand. So their learning is very good. So they have knowledge at the third and fourth levels. I have seen at one discussion, one was asking, India has 25% youth population. If Indian youth start thinking and learning at the third and fourth levels, India will become a great country, because the first and second level of knowledge can be obtained in the web or in the Facebook or in the WhatsApp. By WhatsApp, you can get the information at first and second level, or you can get in the internet, or you can get by LinkedIn. Any source you can get it, but in the textbooks like that. But third and fourth levels you can get only in the classroom due to interaction. So when we apply flipped learning, what happens is our students are learning at third and fourth levels. Our teachers are teaching at third and fourth levels and encouraging the students to think on fifth and sixth levels. At the time, the teachers will be more knowledgeable, and they'll be doing a very high quality, because their knowledge level is increased and their quality of research also enhances. My dear friends, by applying the innovative flipped learning methodology, India can get extraordinary results. For this, there are 6 steps. First step is you have to determine what lessons I am going to cover in flipped learning initially. As the time goes on, you can have all the lectures. in flipped mode. Initially, we had discussed what 10 lessons I am going to use the flipped methodology. So for some topics, flipped is better. For some, you may not need flipped mechanism. So whatever is needed, 10 lessons, you apply, you decide them and write the PPT. You have to determine what PPT, you have to make a PPT, and then you have to use a Zoom or screencast software like OBS and so many other, Camtasia and so many other things are there. Using them, you can record your screen with audio and your video. So you post, the second is you post it and you record the video and you post it and you and see that it is shared among your share with the students. Next, you have to monitor what the students have done, who has done it, who has not done it. The fifth point, you group them depending on their quality. You group them, and the next one is finally you you tell the, finally you sit them in the form of a group or you ask them in the normal classroom mode, and then you tell them what, how it was done, what are the learnings, and what are the doubts they will be having. This way you can summarize. This is not very, you have seen the results. I've seen many engineering colleges are using this for teaching computer courses, and they are getting very good results. There are a lot of research is being done, and this is out of not possible to discuss all those things. Several things. India has a great opportunity through flipped learning. It is not very difficult. Today, the students are very technology oriented. They can produce all videos for us. So, my dear friends, by applying flipped learning methodology in the classroom, we can transform your classroom, your results, your attendance, and the whole college and whole of India. This is a flipped learning methodology. If India can apply this in especially engineering colleges, medical colleges, and other degree colleges, this is going to do wonders in the story of India. In the story of India, if we start applying this after 5 years, they tell that there is 2020 to 2025, India got transformed because of applying one technology, flipped technology. If there are any administrators in this group, please work on this. Please implement this in your organization. If there is any HOD is there, please implement this in your classroom. Teachers are there, please implement this in your classroom. It is highly beneficial, It will do wonders in the story of India. Thank you so much. Discussion open. So I have a limited knowledge, but whatever I know, I will share. Sir, please open discussion, sir. Nagaraj gar, please give access for.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anybody can. My knowledge is limited in this area, but still, whatever I know, I will try to clear those doubts.
Okay, sir. First of all, Rajendran, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead, sir.
Sir, I am from Pondicherry, sir. Rajendran.
Okay.
So I have two questions to you, sir.
Okay. Please.
So first question is, sir, due to, sir, we have already implemented some of the flipped learning techniques in our colleges, and also
wonderful. Okay.
many of, I think many of the doing that. So two things, sir. One is students are getting diverted, sir. When they are switching on their mobile phone, they are getting some notification from other, cinema website, and
I understand. We are facing the same problem.
This is so many disturbances they are getting, sir. They are diverted, sir, actually.
Okay.
And whenever we are posting some videos to watch, we ask them to watch, they think that, okay, anyway, it is there in the YouTube, let me watch tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next week, next month, it goes on. Finally, many students are not watching at all.
Yes.
So this is one thing we have observed, sir. And another
Yes.
thing, no, sir.
Yes.
So since they're spending their time in front of the monitor, system, laptop, and mobile phone,
Yes.
some of the students are getting eye problems. Some of the students are using earphone for long time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my relatives also feel that that girl, small girl, she is not unable to hear because she's always getting some sound in her ear.
Okay.
Some drawbacks are also there, sir.
Yes.
And one expert was telling that whether it is a traditional learning or flipped learning, those only the interested students are learning, sir. Not that it is
And
simply changed.
One question is that, do you think that there is enhancement of the number of students who are getting interested before and after that?
Yeah, students are getting impressed, sir, but the result only we know, sir. We don't know the result, sir. They think
Yes.
it is so nice
Yeah,
and all they're telling.
the several studies
Then
some studies have shown that the students are not taking responsibility. So
Yes, sir.
yes, unless the students take responsibility, this will not. There is a problem.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
then
sir.
we have to monitor that. How much time they are spending that. That's also.
So they're in their homes, the parents are working. So the parents are telling, sir, we don't know what these fellows are doing in the mobile phone.
What they are doing, yes, I know.
Yes, sir. The parents are complaining, sir. We had a parents-teachers meeting. So the parents are telling that, this fellow is keep on watching the mobile phone. We don't know whether he's learning or he's wasting his time. So some complaint we are getting, sir, actually.
Yes, wonderful. Very good input. There are several studies, several places have seen that there are three kinds of stories. One is they are saying there's a negative result and very less negative results. And some are saying the same thing. And around 70-80% research is showing that there's improvement.
Yes, sir. Anyway, so we hope for the positive side, sir.
Yes. There is here you see the topic. Self-efficacy. I put a word self-efficacy.
Yes, sir.
The students, if you enhance the student self-efficacy, which is a learnable one, it is nothing related with you. It is nothing related with IQ. So it is a learnable one. The students having that self-efficacy can take responsibility. So they get more benefited.
Yes, sir.
So this is a condition. They identified that the lack of self-efficacy is one of the problems. One thing we can say that we can't do anything, but there is a chance to enhance the self-efficacy of a student. There are methodologies are there. And there is a research which says that the student's success depends on his self-efficacy in three areas, especially engineering students. One is the general self-efficacy throughout his any area. Second is math self-efficacy, and the third one is his engineering self-efficacy. So the results of the students are directly related to self-efficacy. So if you can enhance the self-efficacy of the students, which is learnable one and teachable one, there is a learnable one and a teachable one. I am actually a soft skills trainer. Being a professor, I worked on that. So we have to enhance that also parallelly. So the title, you see that the important self-efficacy and self-earning, that is the actual title. There is a role for self-efficacy for this. The solution for that is enhance self-efficacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for your inputs. Thank you for your inputs.
You have spent a nice time, sir. Thanks very much for your useful information, sir.
Anyway.
Okay, thank you, sir. Next, Dr. K.V. Raj, sir. So please go ahead.
Definitely, yes, I'm Dr. K.V. Raju. I just want to share my experience in 1 or 2 minutes. First of all, coming to the talk by Professor K.V. Subbaraju garu, it is a very interesting talk and very useful also. So the spiritual learning concepts, in some way or other, they have to be implemented, because I can say the COVID problem has thrown a challenge really, and the flipped learning concepts, if we implement, naturally what is happening is most of the conventional mindsets are teacher-centric. See, when you talk of learner-centric, there are enormous advantages. See, some of these concepts I know because I know Professor Subraju as a teacher in SRKR Engineering College. Whenever he used to take lectures, definitely he used to apply these concepts, I know, not in toto, but to some extent. So now there is a need for everyone. See, for all the teachers, everybody talks about Bloom's taxonomy and we're talking about the lower two levels. When it comes to the teacher's job is a mentor's role. When you want to become a mentor, there is a challenge for the teacher. And another interesting point he has mentioned is a professional educator. A professional educator has to get connected to all other faculty. With multiple sections and so many students, different teachers may teach. When we apply these concepts, naturally teachers collaborate among themselves, bring out the material, share their ideas. Definitely they can make the experience a learner-centric experience. So that is absolutely needed. And coming to the other aspects, like I can say, preparation of the material and delivering it to the teachers, delivering mechanisms, or any tool you can use, but these concepts are absolutely needed. And to some extent, I was using in the classroom, even now, present day, electronics course, so 4 teachers are teaching. I am trying to impress upon them the need for this type of teaching here, sharing their ideas, bringing out a common material, deciding what is to be taught, and ultimately what is the expected outcome from the teacher. Similarly, I know another faculty member who used to conduct, Professor Mohan. He used to give tasks to the students and ask them to implement. See, nowadays people are talking about making it more practical. So definitely when we go for flipped learning, these things will definitely happen. And initial hiccups may be there. See, initial problems may be there when we try to implement them. But ultimately, any new idea people do not accept. Most of the teachers know conventional mindset, they have to come out and try for these things. The results will automatically come. Another thing is so-called best institutions as per the statistics, good for teaching may not be very good for when we switch on to the flipped learning concepts. That's why there is an absolute need for all the teachers to understand these concepts and implement them.
Unmute, please unmute, please unmute, please unmute. Unmute, yes, Nazir.
I think you did not hear what I said. So sorry, I just let me repeat in just 1 or 2 minutes. See, the lecture is very good, and definitely some of the concepts mentioned by Professor Subraju garu are really helpful for all the faculty members. So when we talk of flipped learning, naturally it is becoming the learner-centric. When things become learner-centric, whoever teaches the course, there won't be any problem. See, the COVID has given a real challenge, and now people are really thinking of in those lines. And some of these concepts I know Professor Subraju used to implement in his lectures because I know him as a professor in the college. And definitely, and in the laboratory also, some faculty members were utilizing. Professor Mohan used to give tasks and ask the students to do it. So it may not be in toto, but these concepts have to be implemented if you want to be make the learning really interesting for the student. And the professional educator concept has mentioned, is it not? So connecting with other teachers. The competition is not for comparing with other teachers. In flipped learning, what is happening is a collaborative work of the teachers will definitely bring out the best in all of them, and definitely it is going to help. And offline also, we can implement these concepts. Online, there is definitely an advantage. So offline also, we can implement the concepts of flipped learning, and the lecture is very useful. And initially, people may resist because conventionally the thing is the teacher is the only knowledge source available, and giving an extempore lecture people used to appreciate, but that is no longer valid. And we have to come out of that mindset and implement these concepts. And definitely the future is for flipped learning. And everybody is talking about creativity and innovation. These things can happen with only flipped learning. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Sir, next sir, Mahesh sir.
It's okay.
Mahesh,
Oh,
sir.
yes, please, please.
Hello. Okay. Anybody, any queries? So please feel free to ask, sir.
Please ask any questions. And you can give feedback also. You can give your ideas also. This is not one-sided. It is a learner's form.
Subraj sir, can I speak?
Yes, please,
On.
please.
Oh, okay, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just now, one of
You
the
carry on.
teachers from Tamil Nadu asked a question. Students are watching our videos as well as other videos, and they are getting diverted. That is the problem. So for that, the best method is, suppose you post 2-3 videos, immediately after those three videos, give an assignment based on those 3 videos. So they'll be committed to watch those videos and make a note of it and do the assignment. Like that, we should have a connection with videos with the students by giving assignments, small assignments, maybe very easy assignment, so that they will be forced to look into the videos and do the work. So that is the solution. Suppose you post 10 videos, so simply they'll just neglect. Maybe at the beginning of the examination, anyhow, they have to look into the videos. They'll do that, but they will not get much knowledge. So that's what I want to add. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Thank you. So online learning, the best method is ask them to write the notes by looking at the online videos or lectures, and then give small assignments based on 1 video or 2 videos, so that they'll have a compulsory attitude to look into the videos. So that is a method, because students are always, on the present day generation, students are always like that, because the enjoyment is at their fingertips. So that's why they are getting distracted. Even elders, we elders are also getting distracted because of lot of enjoyment from internet and everything. So that is a method I would like to suggest. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Any other participant? Anybody, please feel free to ask any queries. Interaction is very important. Okay, sir. Shall we close? Yes, sir. You carry on. Santanu Devnath, sir. So have you any question? Santanu Devnath, sir. Sir, you are, please unmute yourself, sir. No. Sir, KVS, sir.
Thank you, Subraj garu. We had very interesting session. Thank you once again.
Okay, sir. I'm closing this one. Sir, finally you told, sir, that flower diagram is marvelous, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, plan, record, share, monitor, some group and monitor and brief, debrief.
Thank you.
The way you are explaining the topics are simply superb, okay, sir. Every slide is unique, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Not only
Anyway,
debriefing,
it was
other concepts like learn, unlearn, and relearn. That is very, very important.
Yes, sir.
Manjula, Manipal Singh saying everyone excellent, superb, sir. Thank you.
Anyway, it was a very nice presentation, sir. We sincerely thank Dr. K.V. Subbaraju, sir, for kindly accepting our invitation We are really enlightened with your knowledge and presence, sir. For sharing your knowledge, and you have guided us in right direction, and it was a most fruitful session. Once again, I thank you for your motivating, enlightening, and entertaining presentation, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hope this session is a pack of incredible information and everybody got an insight about the importance of learning in teaching. Okay, so we shall close the session for today and we'll meet tomorrow at 4 p.m. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Kevison, sir. Sir, we are closing, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.